Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Well, That Sucks. Let's start off with number 19. These homeowners were out of town when their pool service technician left the water running. As a result, the pool overflowed and contributed to the failure of this deck. Dude, this is such a small world because I saw this post already on the LA subreddit, but in the post that was on the LA subreddit, it's someone who does structural inspections at houses. And in that same post, he had another photo from a house that was just down the road from where I used to live that I had driven by a zillion times going to and from home that had like 2 different landslide events. And I was so curious, like what the end result is gonna be of this, because I saw it like over the years, it was getting worse and worse. And I'm like, okay, at some point they gotta do something about this. I almost wanted to message him and be like, hey, I lived right there. I drove by it a bunch of times. Can you tell me like what's going on with that house? Are they gonna do something with it? Also, then down the other way from the old house, the road went away and that fixed, fortunately. But yeah, is hillsides, they can do things like this, and if the pool guy leaves the water running, that's also very bad, as you can see. Yeah, God, that would be really, really, really annoying. I was always paranoid, like what would happen if the autofill system for the pool failed and it just kept going and going and going, and well, always check and make sure things are working, I suppose. My school burned down. You see, depending upon like your age and whether or not you are paying for school, if it's university or something, you might be like, hey, no school for a while. Assuming everybody is safe, hopefully, and there were no injuries. It looks like it happened at night, so hopefully no one was inside. But, I mean, I don't know. Is it bad to say that if I were in like elementary school and a building at the school burned down and we didn't have to have school for a bit, I'd be like, it's kind of cool. Not really thinking about the bigger picture because I'd be in elementary school. Yeah. Anyway, maybe that's bad. They look normal before I opened them. It's gonna be filled with mold or something like that. Oh, why is it like erupting? Oh, did it like ferment inside of there? Oh, it's a GIF. You don't actually get to hear the accompanying tomato sauce fart sounds. Oh, peppers. Sorry, it's not tomato sauce. It's peppers. Well, maybe it's perfectly fine. I've never seen this out of a canned vegetable thing, but maybe it's okay. I don't know. Extra spicy. Apparently you have to use roasted red peppers within 7 days after. Oh, got it. You'd already opened these. And then you close them, and then you put them back. Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. I didn't read the caption at the top, but that would explain what's going on. It's like tomato sauce goes bad really quickly, too. Yeah. Okay, this makes a lot more sense than if this was a brand new container. Bin day was today. Thanks, Amazon. Great thinking of where to hide my items. This is something else. The delivery photo is they literally threw them in the garbage? Gotta be more to this story. Like, you and the delivery driver have some kind of ongoing feud. I can't think of any other rationale for this to take place. Like, look, I get it. I had really, really perfectly fine delivery service for 8 years at my old house. Perfectly good. At the new house, bro, I had to put a sign up. Do not yeet package over fence. Just leave it here, because they would yeet the package, like no matter the size or the heft, they would just yeet basketball over the fence. It broke a sprinkler head off. Straight up took it off. Like, thank goodness it didn't just start spraying water for hours and hours and hours with us not realizing. But I'm like, why do you did you have a perfectly good place to leave it? I get it, porch pirates, so on and so forth, but please. And even then, there have been a couple occasions, despite the existence of this sign, they throw it right over, like literally right over the sign. The sign is here, they make eye contact, and they go, yeet. At least they haven't thrown it in the trash. So, I'll be thankful. Had to wait 60 seconds to skip YouTube ad. Skipping, I've not seen that. But also at the same time, I guess I don't really see ads with YouTube Premium. So, I haven't seen firsthand how it has changed over the years, but yeah, I didn't actually think that sponsored or ads could go beyond like the 5-second skip. I thought at that point it was just like it is an unskippable ad. So yeah, I'm curious because the idea with the skippable ads is that if you skip it after the 3 seconds or so, it doesn't charge the advertiser. Only when you actually let it sit does it charge them. In this case though, like clearly the advertiser is getting charged. So it's like, why even have the skip button at that point? Is it that they can then continue to try serving more ads after the skip time and then see like, maybe you're just, too far away from the device or you don't want to get up or whatever it is. I don't know. Wow, that does suck. Oh, is this you vacuum and then you feel the air pressure? Are they gonna just leave and he's gonna be like stuck in there? Wait, we might need some volume. They're gonna leave. Oh no. Can I even this frame right here? Is this it's okay? Like at what point in the very tight to skin outline does it not become okay for YouTube community guidelines? I still remember when they did this demonstration in science class in middle school or high school, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Entire neighborhood TP'd. Is this, maybe it's just like, it's supposed to be a set for, I don't know, Walking Dead or something like that, just maybe a low budget, supposed to look apocalyptic. How did you, this must be like, there's been toilet paper shortages since COVID and it's finally gotten back up to normal and they're like, holy frick, been waiting for so long. So this is like 3 years of built up needing to TP things. This had to be expensive, man. This is like hundreds upon hundreds of rolls. Like, I'm sorry, even if you're not going for like the Charmin, the high-end stuff, which God, I hope not, because holy frick, that would be a waste of money and like soft butt wipes. But just like that's gotta be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Seems kind of like a wait. Like you could have taken those hundreds and hundreds of dollars, I don't know, all gotten a really nice dinner together or something like that. But instead, I don't know, man. Vacuuming in Australia. Oh God. Okay. This is. Oh, is that like an actual tarantula? Oh. This is actually like, I relate to this. Like, this is worse because it's genuinely gigantic live, like, tarantula inside your vacuum. But I have used vacuums over the years so often to vacuum up most of the time already dead insects, but occasionally live ones, but small little ones. But I do this without the real consideration. So, okay, what happens when the vacuum finally fills up and it needs to be dumped out? And now I'm fairly certain that they're probably all dead because it's been a very long time, but what if they aren't? What if I open the thing up and some super mutant that has managed to thrive in this ecosystem of dead bugs suddenly just emerges and obliterates me? And then I think about, you know what, at this point, do I just buy a new vacuum? Because, if we think about it, maybe I haven't dumped it out in like a year, it costs like $50. Okay, so that's $50 a year on vacuuming. Maybe that's better than me having to risk the super mutant insect eating my face when I open the thing. And it's crossed my mind before. I'm still here so far though, but if I do disappear, then that could be why. This tape, after leaving it in a drawer for a week. God, how hot was it where you were? What the frick? When you say drawer, do you mean you accidentally, like, you put it in, you opened up the oven and you're like, the shelf kind of comes out, that's a drawer, and you put it in there and then you cooked some stuff and then you came back to it and you're like, My tape is fricked. I wonder why this is. I stored it in the drawer. I can't figure out why. My car got booted for parking in a spot that I pay $50 a month for. They started towing my car after an hour of the boot being on. This looks like a residential apartment parking lot, and you just live there and pay actually for monthly parking at that because it's not included. And yeah, I'd be kind of livid about that, especially because like this kind of towing, they could potentially like scrape up your bumper or something like that. Yeah, that's not great. I mean, I guess if you are supposed to have some kind of placard on display and you didn't, I guess, I don't know, man. I don't know. Any more context? Was a placard not on display or something? Not that this should necessarily happen or anything like that, but I'm just trying to, play the other side just in case there could be some rationale as to why it happened. As someone who's never gotten their car booted, I also don't know, does it get towed that soon after? Or is the boot itself usually the punishment on its own? Anyway, that is unfortunate, and I would be mad regardless. Last day on the job. Last day on the job because I'm assuming they mess up badly? All right. Is the van gonna get clipped by the airplane wing? Is my assumption. It looks like it's clearing. Okay, it still looks good. Not what I thought was gonna happen happening yet. Oh, is the, wait. Yeah, the plane has like too much momentum for that one. Plane has way too much momentum for that. He's getting dragged, right? He's gonna get dragged. Oh. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, that's expensive. It just like gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Oh no. You're like, okay, maybe it just disconnects the thing, but then it stops and it's gonna be, nope, it keeps going. It's got a lot of inertia. It's very heavy. He was going too fast, and he's like, time to turn, and forgot that it's gonna keep wanting to head in the same direction, and it's gonna. I feel like honestly, you gotta like take some racetrack physics into account here, where the idea is brake in a straight line, get the mass slowed down, then go for the turn. After, because this otherwise, the plane understeered real badly, and. Oh God, it's a lot of yeah, probably last day on the job there. Hopefully he's okay though, at least, because that could be on driver's side there, which doesn't look good. Lamborghini loses control at 200 miles an hour. It does look like it's going pretty quick. I don't know if 200 specifically. I'm assuming this is one of the underground racing bajillion horsepower tuned Gallardos or something like that. It does seem to be going pretty quick, and honestly, it does suck to lose control of the car, but in terms of outcomes, it's kind of not a bad one. Could have been a lot worse. Didn't catch any edge, didn't start rolling, kept the wheels on the ground. There's some damage, but it's not total. You can probably salvage that. It's not going to be cheap, but in terms of things that could have happened, a lot better. A lot better than it could have. Glad to see my paycheck covers my rent. So that is remarkably similar in the transaction values. See, on one hand, I look at that and I'm like, man, $510 in rent. I mean, I don't know if you're splitting this with other people, but if it was just a place of your own and it's $510, I'm looking at that like, I don't even think that exists in this area. But on the other hand, the fact that the paycheck doesn't only barely fully covers it is also not a fun thing. I'm hoping that maybe this is a weekly, or at the very least, semi-weekly, bi-monthly payroll. So there is, more coming in after this, and presumably taxes already deducted. So there's no worries about additional taxes on top of it. Not that any of this is a good thing. I'm just trying to look at this as a glass half full scenario, sort of thing. Maybe you get payroll every day, Fingers crossed on That would be pretty cool, right? Rent is only just 1/30th of your monthly income. That'd be pretty good finance right there. Anyway, I actually looked up average rent in LA area earlier, and it's $2,700. So it's pretty good affordability, you know? Just sat down for a 6-hour red-eye flight. I like this because this is a genuine, like, God damn it moment, but it's harmless and not depressing. And we can all be like, I relate to that. Yeah, dude, I've done something like that before. Maybe not like having not put the AirPods into the thing, but just having forgotten the headphones or something like that. Or you forget, you're like, I want to bring the Game Boy. And then you forget the Game Boy. And you're like, what the frick am I going to do? The seat doesn't have entertainment. I can't sleep on the plane because I just can't. I'm fricked. I'm going to stare into space for 5 hours. Which, you know, sometimes that can be nice. Like, if there's no Wi-Fi, you don't have any other options, you can't do anything else. Just to, like, not have to focus on the outside world and think about other obligations can be nice sometimes. Drove 2 hours there for a good deal on a coffee machine, only to end up with this. Attention, we are not selling anything on the Facebook Marketplace. If you're here to collect an item, unfortunately, it's a scam. And our address has been given out as part of a scam. That's really annoying. What even is that? What's the goal for something like that? Because presumably no money has exchanged hands, right? You're gonna do that when you meet and you like item and the thing at the same time and you still hope you don't get mugged or something like that. Is the point just to waste people's time? Just get them to drive to some random location and then it's like, haha, you wasted your time. And I got satisfaction out of that. I don't know what else. Hopefully you didn't pay in advance. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Never use Facebook Marketplace. I don't know how the transactions usually go, what steps happen when, but hopefully you haven't paid. I wanted to bake cookies in the oven at my new rental. Then I smelt something awful. What the heck is this? That looks like... Is that a melted light bulb? It's a melted light bulb. It's still working though. What the heck? It looks like a deflated balloon, but why is it all liquidy and oily? And I guess it must have sort of turned to liquid to melt like that, but it's so gross looking. But why does the light still work? I guess the exterior must have been some kind of like plastic ping pong ball kind of material, but the inside was like capable of handling the heat. But clearly not the correct light bulb for this application. It's like they put a Christmas light in there and then it got up to 500 degrees and it was like, I can't handle this. Guess who is screwed? At least no one's underneath. Oh, God. But also, oh my God, imagine, yeah, you're standing up there and you see the thing give in, you're like, okay. So, it's cool. I did gymnastics when I was younger. Really, really good at balance beam. I got this, okay? Just got a tightrope walk on the steel supports back, and I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna stand up here anymore. I don't care if I have a harness. I don't want to drop through, because that's gonna be bad. Why was he filming to begin with? That's what I want to know. Like, did he expect that to happen? Winner takes it all. Oh God, it's gonna... And I knew it was coming from the thumbnail. It's the parents too. Imagine being a parent and doing this. Imagine having gotten to, I don't know, 40 years old or something, and then being like, yeah, I'm gonna just take all of the candy in the candy bowl as a 40-year-old and not leave any for any of the other kids later on. And then you wonder, I don't know why the kids would do it, because they gotta learn from somewhere, right? The parents doing it themselves. What? How do you exist? How are you a functioning human in a society who then just, like, that is such a representation of a larger problem that blends into other aspects of your existence. If you just, someone puts out the candy bowl, it's like, hey, you know, take a candy, and you just take the whole bowl. I'm mad. That one angers me right there. It's just so not cool. So not cool. Thanks for watching the last month of Well That Sucks. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Tune in for more, and I'll see you next time.